Ben Snowden, and today I'm going to teach you how to do a tail whip. Now there's a few different ways you can learn how to do a tail whip without even trying it on the ramp. One way is just by laying down on your back, picking your bike up, and going through the same motions as if you were doing it on a real jump. Another way you can practice tail whips before you actually are ready to try them on a ramp is just stand over your bike and use your arms to go through the motions of a tail whip. You can even take it one step further by doing the tail whip and then jumping onto the pedals. Now, when you want to learn a tail whip, it's not going to matter which way you kick the bike. It doesn't matter which way your feet are. Whichever way feels more comfortable to you is fine. A lot of people even try to learn tail whips both directions now. And you can try to learn tail whips on anything you want. A dirt jump is fine, any cement park, a fly out. You can even learn them on a quarter pipe or a spine. When you're ready to take it to an obstacle, one of the best things to do it on is like a fly-out ramp, because you're not going to have too much forward momentum, and it's just going to give you enough little bit of air to feel weightless so you can kick the bike around. And a lot of times you might just kind of kick the bike around and it doesn't come all the way around, so you either can learn how to swing it around faster with your arms, or you can even try to go a little bit higher and kick the back end of the bike around a little bit harder. But be careful not to kick it too hard, because you can actually kick the bike away from you, in which case you need to use your arms a little bit more. When the bike does start to come around, you can kind of start reaching out your one foot to start to catch the bike. You really want to lift your leg to go up and over the frame so the bike's going to come in between your legs. When you start to feel comfortable kicking the tail up, you want to start to look for your pedals, because you do want your feet to go into the position to catch the bike before you land back on the ground. And if you want to start trying them on a quarter pipe, it's just going to be a little bit different. You just want to learn to keep the same body position that you're going to do in normal air. It's actually going to help you a little bit, because when you do a little air, your whole body and bike does a 180. But if you do that motion and take your feet off, the back end of the bike almost wants to do a tail whip on its own. So you can take that motion, add a little kick to the back end, use your arms a little bit, and the tail whip comes around real nicely. And then also make sure that when you do it on a quarter pipe, you're popping off the top of the ramp, because if you kick it too low, you can actually kick the back tire right into the ramp, and you don't want to do that. You can correct that problem by kicking the back end up a little bit higher, so it's kind of doing this little motion with the back wheel coming back around. It's going to put you back in the ramp, so you're not leaning too far back or too far forward. Besides that, you can do tail whips on dirt jumps, any cement obstacles, wedges, anything you feel comfortable. You can try them on a spine ramp. Main thing to remember is just use your arms, use your legs. When the bike comes around, watch the pedals. Get your feet back on the pedals before you land. And then before you know it, you'll be doing tail whips on everything. When you first start trying tail whips, if it feels like the bike is going 180 and is stopping, or if it feels like the bike is pulling away from you, it might be because you're just kicking the bike and you're not really using your arms to go into that circular motion. A lot of a tail whip is getting your arms to go almost in a complete circle the same time the back end's going around in a circle. That's going to help the frame come back to you. Because a lot of times when people first try tail whips, it only goes to 180. And the reason is they're kicking the bike away from themselves and not really kicking it in a circle. So the way you can work on that is just focus on using your arms, get the frame to come all the way past 180 and back around underneath you. That's all for today. My name is Ben Snowden, and now you know how to do tail whips.